Hi, I'm Erica, a mom, wife, and caregiver. I have been through the highs and lows of having a child with a medically complex background and special needs, all caused by epilepsy. I'm here to let you know you're not alone. There are so many resources out there, and that you too can and will come out on the other side stronger and more resilient than you ever imagined. It's not always easy, but I'm here for you. Welcome to the Parenting Epilepsy and Special Needs podcast. Summer is just around the corner, and I have been thinking about two topics. One I will cover today, and the other in the next episode. Those two topics are socializing for both myself and my child with epilepsy and special needs. In this episode, I first want to focus on the importance of making time for my own friends and scheduling dedicated time to meet with friends for lunch, dinner, coffee, or anything that gives me some time to take a break from caregiving and or my work and enjoy quality time with other adults. Time for you to laugh, relax, and recharge is so important, but yet we constantly set it aside, put it on the back burner, say we'll get to that when we have time, and sometimes we don't come back to it. It's so funny. I was actually just talking with a parent of a child with epilepsy and special needs about getting together with friends. And we had met for coffee, and I was saying how I was up really late, or later than I usually am, the night before we got together. She immediately responded with, "If I was you, I would have canceled." We laughed, and then I said, "No way." I was really looking forward to catching up with her. And I know that, and I really have learned over the years that no matter how busy I am, it's really important for me to keep my commitment to lunch, dinner, or whatever gathering I have set up with friends. She then said, "It's so difficult for me to make plans. Either something comes up with my child and I need to leave, or I am so tired and I just don't have the energy for it." I can definitely relate to that comment. Life can be exhausting when you're caregiving or watching, or I should say, on watch of a medically complex child 24/7. And even when they're at school, you're still on alert. I know for me, I always have my phone ringer on when my daughter's away or not with me, just in case I need to be available for a call. And we both agreed that, however, even though we are on alert, it's so important to make an effort to get together with friends. It's important to connect with people who are easy to be friends with and yet who also understand that your life might be a little bit more complicated than a typical parent. One thing my friend mentioned was a scenario where a few of her neighbors were getting together, and every time they invited her, she couldn't make it because of something that was going on with her daughter, whether it was a hospital stay that was planned or unplanned, seizures at school, or doctor's appointments. And I said, yes, I totally get that. And we agreed that there are some people out there who may probably stop inviting us to things because they either think that we just aren't interested, which usually is not the case, or that we don't want to participate. And it's unfortunately something that does often happen. But this is where finding the right friends matters more than anything. For myself personally, I have friends that I enjoy spending time with who also have a child with special needs, epilepsy, or maybe their child is also medically complex but has a different diagnosis. Then I also have friends who have neurotypical children who are just really good humans that I can count on and I look forward to spending time with. You have to find what works for you. If you find that personally you have a difficult time relating to other moms with typical developing children, then it might be a good idea to connect with other parents who have children with special needs or a diagnosis similar to your child. There are so many ways to connect with other parents in today's world. You can find other parents on social media, through your child's therapies, parenting support groups, local non for profits, or activities for children with special needs. I personally have met a lot of parents through school, Special Olympics, local Facebook pages, and a local special needs baseball league that our daughter participates in during the summer. I promise you will not regret it. Other parents are also looking for connection. When connecting with fellow friends who have a child with special needs, whether it's the same diagnosis or not, there are almost always multiple things that we can relate to, whether it's the constant doctor's appointments, therapies, IEPs, or school related topics, hospital visits, and the list goes on for this. I have learned so much from my fellow special needs friends, whether they are years behind me in the process, meaning their child might be a little bit younger than mine, or whether their child is the same age or even a few years older than mine. Be open minded. There is always something to learn and to gain from other parents who are also on this journey with you. Again, this is whether the diagnosis is the same or not the same. I have learned a lot from many different special needs and medically complex parents, or who have children with medically complex needs. These friends can be great resources and truly important in connecting you to other resources or parents who can help you when you least expect it, no matter where you are in your journey. Next, let's talk about connecting with parents who have neurotypical children. These could be friends that maybe you have through your other children, or friends that you've known for a very long time, maybe even neighbors. This can be beneficial because while it's great to talk to other parents who can relate to your situation or your parenting needs, it can also be nice to spend time with friends or neighbors who cannot relate to your everyday life. And as a result, it gives you almost a mental break. This can give you a sense of normalcy, improve your mental health, and give you the much needed break from caregiver stress and routines. The bottom line is that you have to find what works best for you. I know for me, I am not necessarily that friend who can go on multiple girls' trips per year. While that sounds like a ton of fun, it's not practical for our daily life. So as a result, I focus on spending time with friends who, I look forward to actually being with. That's really important. And I know that might sound silly, but we only have so much time when we're taking a break from the daily routine. So make sure to focus on friends that you're actually looking forward to hanging out with. And then next, I enjoy spending time with friends who understand that I usually need to make plans pretty far in advance. I mean, there's occasional moments where, it's either I have a free day or plans get adjusted and I can go for a walk with a friend or something, we can meet for coffee unexpectedly, but those days are pretty rare. And then finally, make sure you're spending time with people who fill your cup and make you feel recharged and happier after you were together. Be intentional about who you spend your time with. Who you go out of your way to make time for is truly what matters. Life is short, and our lives are too busy and too chaotic to spend time with people who don't really matter. Don't waste your time with people who get frustrated with you if you cannot make it or stop including you because of your circumstances. That's not fair to you. And it's really important to make time for people who are flexible and look forward to that connection with you as well. Friends are important. Find what works for you. It will make you happy and you'll look forward to getting together. So, in closing, thank you for being here and for listening. I am so proud of you. I am here for you, and I know that you are doing your best with everything that's on your plate. Until next time, stay strong, believe in yourself. You are an amazing mama, and your child is lucky to have you. Please share this with someone who could benefit from hearing today's episode. Don't forget to write a review or rate this episode. It would mean so much to me, and it helps get the show out to other parents who need to hear this message. You can also follow me on Instagram at parenting_epilepsy_special needs. See you on the next episode.